Hey everybody, it's that Boondockin' Diva, and I am at Peace, Love, and Vans 2025. I'm getting ready to re-interview or interview for the second time Theresa from Beyond the Firm. She has a new van called a Noovo, and you can see some of the sample vans over here to my left. But here she is in her brand new spanking Noovo. Look at this nice setup. Yay, there she is. Got a nice little patio set up out here. And yeah, we're gonna talk about her transition and see what she's been up to. Hey, Theresa.
Hey, come on in.
All right. Got the area to sit in the front, which is new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like
There
the big selling point for me.
All right, so tell us, Theresa, what you've been up to. And there's Misty, y'all, down there.
There she
Hey,
is.
Misty.
And sounds with everybody. Well, so I guess it was last spring. I went. You're gonna have to edit this.
Oh, you're fine. No. Progress, not perfection.
So I've known about Noovo since 2021.
Okay.
You gonna sit there? I actually found them when I got my young, and kind of kept an eye on because I really liked what they had.
Yeah.
So I kept checking in on them over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so last spring I went out to see them because they came out with the new model, which they've got two of them sitting here called the Plus. And the Plus actually has a big rear dinette and then a bed that goes up into the ceiling. I'll start with when we went to May, or from May. So in May, I went to see Noovo for the first time. I'd never seen them in person.
Okay.
Because they had just come out with the Plus, which is on the super high roof ProMaster.
Yep.
It's the gold colored one, and then the one right next to me.
Yeah.
Those are both Pluses.
Okay.
And that one has a rear dinette with a bed that goes up into the ceiling. So I went to see that, and then I've always wanted a front dinette floor plan.
Yeah.
And I knew about the light, and I was kind of waiting for some features to change. One of them is that they carried over the nice solid surface countertop from the Plus into the light. And so when they made some of those changes, I was like, oh, this really looks nice. And so I kind of kept looking at it and thinking about it. And then I was trying to decide because I had a lot of miles on my Beyond. And so at first I was going to upgrade the solar on my Beyond, and then I started equating the cost of that versus the miles versus would I be able to sell it, because if I got too high in miles, it would be harder to sell.
Yeah.
So I figured I either had to make a decision at that point of either committing and saying, okay, I'm happy with this floor plan. And what kept happening was I would talk with friends who were like, oh, you could change this, change that. And I thought, well, if I'm really talking about changing the Beyond, I mean, maybe I just need to really consider a new van. So
you were going to make changes
well, I was going to do solar, and then I was brainstorming with Neil and Grip about what if you took the bathroom out, moved it, and all that. And so when I really started thinking about that, I was like, I just need to go out and see Noovo again. I want to see the light now that they've made the changes to it. And so I went back out in September, and that's pretty much when I made my decision. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna commit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change vans, and it's been great. I mean, I've always wanted a front dinette floor plan because, as you can see, we're able to comfortably sit in here.
Yeah, it feels comfortable.
And not feel like we're in each other's spaces.
Right.
Which is, in a van, that's always a big challenge. And
both seats are swiveled.
yeah, both seats swivel around, and then this table actually, you can extend it out. So if it's raining and you want to play cards or have dinner, you're sitting there, somebody's sitting here. We all have access to the table. Plus, it access extra counter space for the galley. And it has an induction cooktop, which is under here. Nice.
And Missy's just the star of the show today.
Yeah, she is.
She's like, I don't want you looking at my stuff.
I got a nice big square sink under here. What I really like is I do not have any propane. So it runs, your heat and hot water runs off the gas tank. So it's a system called Rixon's, and actually Rixon's is here.
Oh, the vendor.
Yeah. So that's great, not having any propane. And the added bonus is I have on-demand hot water, so I don't on the Beyond, I had a Truma combi, so it was like 2.5 or 2.9 gallons of hot water,
Yeah.
and then you got to wait for it to reheat.
Yeah.
This, like, it just continuously heats it as long as as long as you have the hot water turned on.
Yeah.
And it has lithium. It has 660 amp hours of lithium, and they use Lithionics, which is a really good brand. And I have that in the Beyond. I love Lithionics. They're UL certified.
UL certified is just
If for safety.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they actually have, I don't know like the whole technical specs on them, but I learned this recently that they actually have a built-in like because lithium batteries don't do well in cold weather, and so they have like a built-in kind of heating system to kind of help keep them warm so that they can charge, because otherwise they won't charge.
Okay.
But cabinetry, like they build their own cabinets, and they actually, sorry, you see, have like dovetail, so it's solid wood cabinets.
Yeah.
Got a lot of stuff in there.
Everybody's gonna have it.
Yeah.
The junk drawer for the kitchen.
And then and they're actually really deep, so I have all my pots and pans here.
Wow.
I've got like 3 pans, a pot, a bunch of different things, and then down at the bottom I have like my air fryer,
That's
my egg
huge.
boiler, coffee maker. So yeah, I can get quite a bit.
Yeah.
And under the sink, of course, we've got a trash can and to keep all my cleaning supplies, trash bags, things like that in there. So it's quite a bit of storage. All my clothes are in these drawers. And then,
Under the refrigerator.
yeah, so these 3 drawers have all my clothes in them.
Okay.
Let me show you this. My favorite.
Oh, the pantry. Yeah. Oh, yes. Gotta have that.
Quite a bit.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of space. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 Can you pull it all the way out? Does it? Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
Look at that. It almost takes up most of the whole space.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So that really made a big difference because I used to have to keep all my food and cooking up in the top cabinets, of course. So like this is just paper plates, dishes.
Yeah.
Of course, my bread's up here. But and then really big shower. Now I went with the Lavio toilet,
Okay.
which is a dry flush.
Can I don't know how to unlock this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. I'll step out and come backwards.
Yeah.
So I can see. Alright, so that's the front. With 2 swivel seats. Storage up above. And
And all my
panel to
controls
the
up
right.
there.
And then fantastic fan. 2 cabinets coming back down. And then back around. Okay, so now, oh, I like that curtain. You put that curtain up or it came with?
I put it up.
Okay. All right, so here's the floor. Misty's food. All right, now I'm gonna turn around. And, okay, counter space, and then let's get to the bathroom.
Yeah. So it's a really good sized shower. Now it comes standard with the cassette toilet. I didn't want to deal with the cassette, so I opted for the Lavio dry flush, which is what this is. And this is what the refill cartridges look like. I'm actually, and so they sit down in there, and the way the Lavio works is when you're ready to flush it, you push the button, and it kind of acts like a diaper genie. So it blows air in here, twists everything around, seals it, then blows more air to kind of make a big bowl again.
Okay.
And it works really well, and it's handy. And so when it's full, when you used all your flushes, there's a black trash bag. You just throw it in the trash.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier.
So you move all this, let's see, what is
So
this?
when I want to shower, I have to take
The hamper?
Yeah, I take my hamper out.
Okay.
I've got a trash bag. So I just take these things out. The toilet has to come out as well. But what's
Oh,
nice
you can
is,
move the toilet out?
yeah.
Because I was talking to the other couple over there.
Well, the regular cassette.
They got a regular cassette.
So it stays in there.
It stays in. So it's a
built
wet
in.
bath.
And but this, I take the toilet out, and so then I've got all this space for the shower.
Nice.
And because it is on-demand hot water, you get nice hot showers.
Yeah.
You have to be careful because it's 40-gallon fresh tank, 40-gallon gray.
Okay.
And since I'm not, like with the Beyond with the Truma, I knew I had limited amount of hot water. So my whole shower routine was based on not running out of hot water.
Yeah.
So now I have to be careful that I don't just use up too much water because I'm like, oh, you know, the water feels
It
so
feels
good.
so
You kind
good.
of keep rinsing, you know. But,
Finding excuses to keep
yeah,
rinsing.
Yeah. But, so it is really nice, and it has a Nautilus shower door.
Okay, is that pretty sturdy?
Yeah, it seems to
Can
be.
you like
I mean,
can you bump into it while you're taking a shower and it's okay? Like
oh yeah.
okay, so it's flexible.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
very
like.
flexible. But it self-cleans, so when you shut it, it kind
Oh,
of
that's
squeegees
nice.
itself. Yeah.
Nothing like having to clean the shower
Yeah.
door all
Oh,
the time.
I know.
Yeah.
So I really like that. And then, of course, it's an RV queen.
Mm-hmm.
Really comfortable.
Yeah.
Now, I actually had requested some changes.
Uh-huh.
And one of the changes was I wanted a bigger window back here. So on this side, there's a bigger window. And in order to do that, they lowered the bed, I want to say about 6 inches.
Okay.
Get out of your way.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
And so by lowering it, it actually makes it easier to get in. And I like the fact that it opens up like the back. Well, I have screen or covers on the windows, but when I don't have the covers on there, you can really see out the window.
Without the screen,
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah, because the bed is like below the windows as
Yeah.
opposed to when it was higher and it was kind of like halfway up the windows.
Yeah.
So you've got this nice light coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how do you like the AC? Is that quiet, or-
It's a Truma, and it's the same one I had in the Beyond.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're actually going standard now with the Trumas. The Trumas are phenomenal as
Yeah.
far as like cooling. The downside is because it is 110,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to run down your battery a lot quicker. But
Yeah, it seems like no matter which AC you have, you
Yeah.
can't run it like
Yeah.
all day
Yeah.
unless you're plugged in.
if you have a 12 volt, you can go longer. The problem is 12 volts they'll cool well if
Yeah.
they're a good one.
Yeah.
But they don't like this.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I call it like a meat locker. Like you can hide meat.
Oh.
Because it stays that cold.
Yeah. Now the AC, I'm sorry, not the AC, the microwave.
Yeah, I have it's a regular microwave. It
Okay.
doesn't have a convection.
Is it hard to, because my microwave is about the same height and I have to tiptoe sometimes to put food in there, but you're taller.
Not too bad. And let me see. Oops.
Uh-oh. You got some storage in there? I do that too.
So, well,
Uh-oh.
no, that's what I wanted to say because I have shoes on. Because normally, when I don't have my shoes on, yeah, because I used to
Okay.
hit my head all the time.
Okay.
On the other one,
Yeah.
which no, I just hit my head on.
I'm
it.
too short to hit my
Yeah.
head, but.
And then it is a smaller fridge,
Okay, it's about the size of mine.
but and I was worried about that. You
yeah,
know,
it's not bad.
But it's what I'm finding is I think when I have the bigger fridge, I would get stuff thinking like trying to plan meals
Just
ahead,
in case, yeah.
and then ending up not using things and throwing it away. Now I just buy meals for like a couple of days.
Yeah, yeah.
So it makes it a little bit easier to not waste food,
Uh-huh.
which I was thinking it would be the other way, like I'm always going to be shopping, but it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah. So, all right, underneath that
yeah.
storage is Misty's
Yeah,
hideaway.
I have her litter box there, and then this actually, if you didn't have that, you would just keep this shut. But I just have it open because her box is in there.
Yeah.
But it's actually a whole pull-out tray, and I can show you that.
Can you turn the lights on in here just so we can see? Oh, okay. You got the light on down there.
I have I added a motion sensor light,
Okay, cool.
and there's a light on the other side.
Yeah. And so you can get to all
Yeah.
your storage from within.
I could
Or
get,
most of it.
I still have, because of her box being there,
Uh-huh.
I still have to go out.
Okay.
But if I didn't have her, like if she wasn't, with me and I didn't have her box there, then yeah, I would probably like store things
Yeah. Okay.
there, right, right in the front to get
Yeah.
to.
That's a decent sized bed. I keep looking at it.
Yeah,
It's-
it is really comfortable too.
So, all right, let's step outside because these lights come on, right? Can you
Oh, yeah.
flick them on just so we can see? Oh yeah, look at
And then
that.
this is my,
I like the softness of
Oh,
the
yeah.
lights
yeah.
because LEDs are like
Sometimes they're like, just,
they're like right there in
Yeah.
your face, yeah.
yeah, I like these little lights.
And so the panel looks ultra
Yep.
modern and
So this would be my awning
easy
light.
to use.
This is my tank heater. So the gray tank is outside.
Uh-huh.
The fresh tank's inside, but the gray's outside.
Yeah.
So that's the tank heater for it.
Uh-huh.
This is the Rixon. So turn that off. So that's your furnace. Like I would set it to in this case it's set to 68. So if it gets below 68 degrees, the heat would kick on. If I
Okay.
turn the furnace on.
Yeah.
When I want hot water, I turn that on. And then when that turns red, That's how I know I have hot water, and it's really quick.
Yeah.
And then this is my Victron system. So see, my battery's at 59%. I'm getting 225 watts of solar right now. And then that tells me what's running AC and DC. So because I have the lights on and I have my ice maker plugged in, there's a little bit of a load.
Nice. Okay. Very nice.
Of course, it's running.
Yep. You want to walk around the back?
Yeah.
Let's pause this for a second. So did you buy this extra container?
So one of the options that they have are an upgraded wheel package.
Okay.
Which I did. So it comes if they're all-terrain wheels.
I like those.
And or all-terrain tires, and then you have the blackout wheels.
I love that blackout rim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need those in my life. And this is your solar charger?
Yes, the solar port. And then another option that they have are the rover boxes, storage boxes.
Okay.
So I opted for that. I did get these separately.
What's that?
These are traction boards if you ever get stuck.
Oh yeah, I've needed those once or twice.
Yeah.
What do you keep in this box though?
Yeah, I have my
Tools and
fresh water.
Okay.
And my electrical and my.
You said fresh water?
My fresh water hose.
Oh.
And my electrical cord, and then the EMS thing that you put at the post.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
And a few other things like my tire. Tire pump. And what else? Yeah, some miscellaneous things.
Stuff.
And they come standard with bug walls.
Nice.
So.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Zip it up, zip it down. Zip it up, zip it down. Oh yeah.
Storage down here. And then this tray actually pulls out.
I noticed you're not charging with solar today?
No.
Is that on purpose or just?
I've been running just up on the roof. I have 400 on the roof, and it seems like it's been like I actually see charge go in. The battery and electricals on this side.
Okay.
The fresh water tank is on this side, and then there's actually just two. This is a outside shower, so it's a quick connect.
Okay.
And you have hot and cold water on the outside shower.
Okay.
It's really straightforward.
Got your hitch.
Yep. Hitch there, and then.
And what would you say about driving the ProMaster versus the Ford?
I really like it. I mean, the Ford's great. This feels more nimble, and it. I keep talking about the turning radius because with the Ford, because it was which I love all-wheel drive, but it makes it harder to turn around. So I find there's parking spaces that I can get into here because I know I can easily turn around.
Yeah.
Where I might not have taken the Beyond in there because I'm like, well, where am I going to turn around?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the all-wheel drive does keep you from getting stuck in the mud.
Yeah. That's the thing that ProMaster doesn't provide.
Exactly.
All right.
And then all the window covers came standard, which is nice.
Yeah.
They included all those.
I was thinking about getting some of those.
Driver and passenger.
Can you fold them down from the top and then? Oh, but I mean like horizontally.
Oh, like this?
Oh yeah. Okay. So you can keep part of it in the window.
I guess I could. Well, now.
Or maybe
the weight of it.
Okay. Yeah. The weights. I got you.
But it does have magnets.
Yeah. Nice.
And
I like the bright color. The
yeah,
beige.
and it matches the interior fabric that's around the windows. And then this is also another thing that they offer that you can add, which is the Rover ladder and tire mount. Spare tire. So I definitely recommend a spare tire if you're going to have a ProMaster.
Yeah. Mine is underneath the ProMaster. Yeah.
No, because a lot of them don't come with it.
Oh yeah, they put it underneath. I've never had to use it. Hi. I've never had to use it, but
yeah, well, now see the Transit did come with a spare underneath. And last year when I was leaving Florida, I ran over a bolt. And it was the first time I ever had to use it. So after that, I was like, okay, if I ever get a ProMaster and it doesn't have a tire, I'm definitely getting a tire mount.
Yeah. I like the awning windows
Yeah.
too.
And that was the other thing.
I don't have those.
So this was the bigger window
Yeah.
that I changed, but I also changed, if when you look at the pluses, you'll notice that they have these tinted windows.
Uh-huh.
I wanted the tinted windows.
Right,
And,
yeah.
because you can't really see in.
Uh-huh. I can see you, but you can't see me.
Exactly. But I think they look really good.
And then
and I don't know if they're going standard with these, but I did change out to a smart plug. And then that's my water fill. It's a gravity fill.
okay. And how is so water fill and then smart plug? How is the smart plug any different?
It so instead of like typical ones you screw them in.
Oh, right.
This one you
Yep.
just you clip it in and it has like a little light to tell you that the connection is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess that's where the smart plug comes in. So it
Yeah.
tells you that you're connected.
Yeah.
If there, it'll change color if there's any issues.
Mm-hmm. So no black tank.
one type. So
No black tank.
if I had a cassette, the cutout would probably be right about here
Uh-huh,
to get the cassette out. And
They didn't have that as an option, I guess. They don't make them.
No,
for
they
you.
come standard with it.
I mean, for you to be able to take it out this way.
Yeah, that's standard. Because I opted for the Lavio.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
If you had gone with the
If I had gone with the
cassette, then you would be able to
standard
take it
cassette,
out right about here.
Yep.
Okay.
And then just the gray tank right there.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the solar up there.
Mm-hmm. And that's 400?
400 watts.
Yep. Nice. I love this color.
I do too.
What is it again? It's not a gray.
Yeah, they
It's
call it
like a chocolate.
ceramic gray. But it's
Ceramic?
interesting because it looks, depending on the lighting, it always looks
Yeah.
different. Sometimes it looks lighter,
Yeah.
and sometimes it looks darker.
Yeah, it's like a in-between color.
Mm-hmm. Because they do make a, I don't know, I think it's called granite.
Uh-huh.
So it's a grayish, but it's metallic.
Okay.
And when you see it next to it, you can see that it's much darker.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you so much for giving us this wonderful tour of your brand new 2025, right?
2024. Well,
2024.
I'm calling it a 2024 and a half because
Uh-huh.
the 2025s are going to incorporate a lot of the features. Like they're going to switch out to these windows.
Okay.
They are going to add the bigger window and lower bed.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's kind of, that's why I call it a 2024 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. You got a lot of the features they're going to add anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So, what advice would you give someone who's thinking about trading in or getting a new one?
If you are trading an existing, keep losing my voice. If you're trading an existing van,
Mm-hmm.
there is a, I think it's called RV appraisals,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you a good idea of what to expect based on your year, model, and mileage.
Okay.
Because sometimes dealers, especially if you're going to go to a dealer, you got to be careful. Like, there was one dealer that for my Beyond, and I had close to 80,000 miles when I went to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
One dealer only offered me 31,000 for it,
Ah.
which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because the market value
Right.
was in the upper 80s.
Right.
So-
Yep. Yep.
So you have to be careful of that.
Mhm.
And I'll give you a link to it. So if you want to put a link in the description, 'cause
Yeah.
I can't think of the specific name of it right now.
RV appraisal site or
Yeah,
something. Yeah. Okay.
And so there's that. And if you do private sale,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the situation, it could be easy.
Mhm,
Like in my
mhm.
case, it wasn't difficult. Where I ran into issues. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Where I ran into issues was titling. Because
Okay.
when I bought the Beyond, it was a 2021 Beyond on a 2020 Ford Transit.
Say it again.
So the Transit was a 2020,
Uh-huh.
but the Coachman build was a 2021. And what
Gotcha.
happens is, when I learned all this because of this. But you have a 2-stage title with an RV.
Okay.
So when it was initially titled in Tennessee by the original owners, they titled it as a 2020. So
Mhm.
when I got it in 2021, and nobody noticed it, and it got titled in Texas as a 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go through this whole process. Now each state is different.
Mm-hmm.
Texas was not fun. I had to wait. We had to wait like almost 2 months to get that all corrected. So it kind of
Okay.
delayed the processing of the sale.
That's good to know because
So-
I think my road trick, the ProMaster's a 2015 build,
And it's a 16.
but it's a 16.
Yeah. And I would
Make,
say
yeah.
about
Build out.
probably 95% of them that it's going to be that 2-year
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And so you got to be really careful when you title it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that would be another thing. So yeah, watch the dealers so they don't lowball you.
Right, absolutely.
And make sure your title is good, because it could slow down the process. But and then when looking for a new van, to avoid having to like change out vans, because you know, people do that, is make sure, really think about the floor plan. And I would say this, like, how are you going to use it? How do you travel? Are you a weekend traveler? Are you going to travel for months at a time? Do you like comforts? Do you like to ski? Or are you an indoor person? Because all those things factor into the floor plan.
Yeah.
Like if you're outdoorsy, you want storage because you're going to have, whether it's skis, bikes, whatever, you need a place to store them. If you like creature comforts, you want to make sure that the bathroom is comfortable. You know, the galley you can work in if you like to cook. You know, a nice place to sit and relax, because not every day is like this. I mean, when it's rainy and cloudy and you're hanging out with friends, you want to have a place to go and sit, like when you're sitting in there talking.
Right.
So that was like my big thing. But,
okay, that's a lot of good advice.
Yeah.
Seriously, because you know, you get excited about the van, but the finances matter.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The titling matters.
Oh yeah. And the other thing too, people get hung up on chassis. Because you've got the three. You've got the ProMaster, the Ford, the Sprinter. That also factors into what you want to do. Now, if you know you want to go down dirt trails, ProMaster's not going to work. It's just
Right.
not.
Even with off-road tires.
Yeah, it's front-wheel drive. I mean, I got stuck in mud.
Yeah.
If you really want to be an adventure van, like just go off-road, really the Sprinter is the number one choice. It has the most accessories. It's also the more pricier of the vans. But that's really, that's where that one really shines.
Yeah.
The Transit's kind of the happy medium. You could do a little bit of off-roading with it. There are some lifts available if you want to lift it. It just depends on which Transit you go with, because the dualies, you're going to be a little bit more limited.
Yeah.
But for an all-round vehicle, I think the ProMaster's great.
Me too.
It's comfortable to drive, easy to drive. It feels like a big car. If you've driven an SUV,
it does. Yeah, it does. That's what I tell people all the time, especially women. They think it's scary to drive this, and it's not.
I look at it now, I'm like, man, I can't believe my first van was actually because to be honest, on the biggest Transit.
Yeah.
And that thing did feel big.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I was really comfortable. But after driving this, I'm like, wow, I can't believe my first foray into the RV world was on a bigger vehicle.
Yeah. Super easy to drive. Awesome advice. Thank you so much. And happy travels.
Thank you.
To you and the Noovo. All right, one more shot of Misty if she's out here.
Let's see, where did she go?
Misty. Oh, she's hiding.
Is she hiding?
Yep. All right. I'm signing off, y'all. Go visit Theresa's channel, Beyond the Fern, where she gives you even more information about her transition to her new van. And go get you some nature. Go take a road trip. It's good for you. Bye.